Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. I am still alive. It's starting to get a bit sunny here in England, um, but I feel like we were getting a little bit sick and tired of seeing Scotty's mug every single week. So I thought I'd throw something together for everybody. This is just something that I've thrown together. It's like 9:30 here Wednesday night, and I thought I'd throw together a little talking point about exercise progression and regression. Okay, so exercise progression we all know and understand relatively well. If we're to start a patient doing two-legged heel drops, we might then progress them to doing those single-legged, and then we might start adding extra load. Okay, so more often than not, we understand progress better than we would say perhaps understanding regressions. So talking about regression, it really comes to a point when we need to make considerations for those patients who are a little bit more difficult. They're more often than not more chronic, long-standing issues. A particular case scenario that I had, long-standing chronic Achilles insertional tendinopathy with calcification, very tonic, high tone calves. Now, I know that she has capacity to do heel drops, but in her case, I'm not even going to touch exercises because I know that I'm only going to stir things up. When we have a patient and they're in a chronic irritation, we want to try and err away from getting them to a point where they are reactive. We always want to just see if we can maintain them and sort of progress them through a healing state without pushing them into a reactive state where everything flares up and is quite irritable. So a little bit of food for thought. Think about not just your progressions to make your exercises more difficult as your patient gets better and is able to tolerate more load, okay? But also think about how you can make things more simple. Think about how you can take out elements that are perhaps irritable, and then with those patients that perhaps need a little bit of extra care with their regressions, think about the other elements that they might need to help them progress faster. Scott and I have always sort of talked about, when you have somebody come in and while you're waiting for their orthotics to be manufactured, produced, or whatever, we could have one to, over here we've got somewhere in roughly 3 to 4 weeks to wait for orthotics to arrive. I have them coming in once a week for Shockwave. I mean, I'm pretty lucky to have Shockwave. It's a fantastic tool. But even if I didn't, I would have patients come back for acupuncture, IASTM, mobile foot mobs. Use the tools that you have to accelerate your patient's outcomes. If the patient can't tolerate load yet because of fascial or other restrictions, start working on that. If you have a problem with that, or the patient has a problem coming in to see you on a regular basis, find the practitioner that they trust and know works for them. I happily tell a patient, like, if they have a massage therapist, physiotherapist who they get really good results with, I'm more than happy for them to go back and see them as long as they're sitting down and focusing on their calf range of motion or hamstring or whatever the problem is. As long as they're going in there focusing on that. Okay, so little food for thought. I'm probably going to start putting together a few more of these little videos. I might even be convinced at some point to do a live, but it'll probably be morning here, and I might have to wake up at the crack of dawn. But I'm more than willing to sort of jump back on the bandwagon. So hope to see more of you guys soon. Write down any sort of questions that you may have. I'd love to sort of see some progressions and regressions that people use. But jot some of these down, create a bit of a talking point, because this is really the bee's knees of what everybody needs to know. Degenerative knee disease, surgery. It's just been absolutely hounded by the media. So there's going to be more and more exercise. It's going to continue to be pushed, which is great, and keen to see where it goes. Catch you out. See you guys.